Hi, my name is Brittany Lopez, and my teammates are Max Boykin and Dominic Notarantonio, and we're going to talk about a new workstation and standardized method for pre-cleaning scopes to improve worker conditions. Here's our presentation outline from problem context to conclusion. The VA Ann Arbor Healthcare System endoscopy suite is slated to undergo a major renovation later this year, and the architects approached the system's redesign staff asking for suggestions for ergonomic improvement. Our focus is on the technicians who are responsible for the cleaning of equipment within the suite. After an endoscopic procedure is performed, the scopes undergo a 4-stage cleaning process. Our project focuses on the first step, which is pre-cleaning, performed immediately following the end of a procedure. Scopes are passed off from the doctor to the technician in the procedure room, where the pre-cleaning task is performed at the 6th station. The objectives of our project are to create a new workstation design based off of the current layout that will provide optimal working conditions and to develop a standardized work method to be utilized by all technicians. By achieving these, we will remove the need for awkward body postures, reduce the time required to 2.5 minutes, and accommodate the variety of workers. Now I will talk about our data collection. The first thing we did is visit the hospital and look at the current workspace. Pictured here is the workstation with all of the required equipment. We also created a SketchUp file of the current layout so that we were able to modify it with our improvements. We also conducted 2 4-hour observations where we got a lot of input from the technicians and noticed a lot of areas of improvement that are going to be addressed later in the presentation. We also conducted time studies. We observed 5 different technicians perform the task 3 times each. We noticed a high standard deviation, meaning that there is a lack of a standardized method. We also calculated the standard time, which is 3.84 minutes, which is higher than the 2.5 minute allocated time requirement. Now Max is going to talk about the data analysis.
So this is our first MODAPS analysis, which we made after our first observations. As you can see, it took about 54 seconds, not including the pressure time, which added a lot of time to the total time because technicians would wait either from a range of 15 seconds to about 150 seconds for water pressure and air pressure. This is our 3D SSPP model. We made a few models for a different set of activities, and when the worker bent down to the bottom shelf for the tubing, this caused the most strain and the highest percentage of injury. And here's the recommendations.
So here you see the current layout on the left alongside our new layout that we're proposing that includes changes with the goal of optimizing the process and reducing worker fatigue by minimizing bending and reaching. Some of the changes you can see are we moved the trash can closer to the workspace, and we moved the monitor cart to the other side of the room to get that out of the way. So here's our SketchUp file for the new workspace. So some other changes we made were we added some automation elements. We added buttons for the sink, and to minimize that reaching, we added a button for an optional step stool, which could be utilized, that button is right here, which could be utilized for a shorter worker, such as the 5% female, to allow them to better reach all the equipment in the workspace. As you can see, the 5% female and the 95% male can reach most of the workspace. We made some other changes, such as moving the auxiliary water tubing from the bottom to the top drawer. We moved this bin from the right to the left side. We moved the enzyme solution a little closer, and we also added a clock for standardization of the process.
So adhering to some of the changes that Dom just mentioned, a lot of the M5s became M3s, and the worker didn't have to bend down to the bottom shelf anymore, so we took out the B17, which yielded a new mods analysis of about 40 seconds.
In our projected new time study, according to the MODAPS analysis, the normal time is only 2.16 minutes. With a 15% allowance factor for fatigue and abnormal work conditions, the standard time is now 2.5 minutes, which was the goal. So in conclusion, our new workspace design reduces the number and distances of reaches, eliminates the bend and arise in the original method, and accommodates a variety of workers. The standardized method meets the time requirement and reduces non-value added movement. Thank you.